Hello children, it's Mrs. Smith here again for our final RE session together, looking at community. It's been absolutely brilliant spending time with you, and I hope that you've gained a lot more from thinking about how different religions and different worldviews do life together and live in community with each other. Hopefully it's helped you to build on what you believe about community and how you choose to live. Now, I wonder if you can remember back to yesterday, the last session, when we looked at your town, a very special, unique town where the children were desperate to take action for what they were seeing on the TV about a famine in Africa. This is what I took from it with my little person here, taking action when there's a need, be the change that you want to be. Showing love and care and kindness, not just for those on your doorstep, but for those in other places in the world. Really special, really unique. But today we're going to have a look and have a think about our own community and building a community, a better community for where you want to live. So I'm just going to share with you now what you need for today's lesson. Please do go and get these. So pause the video here once you know, and go and collect these for you. So 3 pieces of paper. We might not use all of them, but it's worth having them. A pen, pencil, colours, definitely colours today. We're going to get really crafty, and keep hold of your people paper chain, because I think they're a special and unique way of thinking about community. So go and pause the video here and go and collect those items. Fantastic. Right, first of all, I want you to become a filmmaker. I'm going to use the picture of your town to help us with this. Let me just move so that you can see my camera okay. Here we go. So I want you to really think about being that filmmaker, and we're going to be using our imagination. In your town, there were 4 different religions represented. We had the Jewish religion represented over here with the synagogue. We had the Hindu religion represented here with the mandir. We had the Islamic community represented here with the mosque. And we had the church representing the Christian community. And I would like you to stare really hard at the picture and of all the aid effort, the famine relief effort that's going on in your town. Now close your eyes and imagine that your town is coming to life. Like a paused film set is now up and running. I want you to imagine what happens next in one of the religious places of worship. I want you to pause the film now, and on a piece of paper, I want you to just roughly sketch out what you saw in your imagination once you closed your eyes. And then come up with 3 words to describe what's going on. Great efforts, everyone. I wonder what the scene would look like if the camera panned to the people in Africa receiving their aid. What a lovely sight that would be. And do you know what? Giving to those in need is a great way of showing love, kindness, compassion to others. And these are the values that you might already have written on your paper chains. I know I've got the word love on there, and equality. So important to show others in need that they are treated as equals. Okay, now I want you to have a think and a look back at the learning that we've done already over these last 9 sessions so far. This is the 10th. I'm just going to grab some things from the very first session that we did together. Look at this. I've got my community circle showing me bonds that I've got with different people, thinking carefully about the different communities that I know them from and that I'm linked to them from. I wonder if you can look back at the picture of yourself with all those different and unique qualities that you have both on the inside and the outside, and how that might reflect in the communities that you belong to. And I wonder, looking back at this lovely people paper chain, what have we learned really, truly about different communities? These are important lessons that we've learned from different religions and worldviews. And I have 6 human beings that have got different phrases on that are really, really important for us to consider when living in community with others. Now, I want you, and we're handing it over to you today, to think about the different groups that are represented in what your own list of communities are. So think right back. So what communities are you part of? What are important and special to you? And what communities are represented in your town? And then I want you to start thinking, if you were to build a town from scratch, you could call it whatever you wanted to call it. If you were to build a town from scratch, what community or different community groups, specific buildings or places would you want in your town? So I'm just going to share with you a little bit of a instruction. Here we go. So I want you to plan your own town. And what specific buildings and places would you want in your town? I've got a couple of clues up there about the things that I would want in there. I've put Bishop Auden's school. Doesn't really look like that, but it's my representation of it. I've got our lovely logo there. Again, a symbol of a community, really important. I've got a little bit of aid effort because I saw in the Your Town picture that actually I'd want news to be shared and spread with everyone. So I've got the newspaper boy, and I think it talks about aid effort and people supporting the local food bank. I've really considered having a Gurdwara. Now that's something that I thought was missing from Your Town. So I'm considering putting it into my own town. And I've drawn a little bit of a Gurdwara there. And if you notice really closely, I've written Langar open because I really feel that that is such an important part of community in Sikhism and the piece of the learning that I really want to take from it. Got a couple of other things that I would want in there. Instead of a famine relief van, I've turned it into just a community transport van. I think that actually that's something exciting to have in a town. So people who could use a van to transport things for any different use, and different community groups could use it. That's actually quite good, I think. And then I've got one more. I've got a park run sign up. Who here has done a park run already in their life? It's such a great experience to have, to run a 5K around a park with lots of people. And it's such an amazing initiative where lots of people gather. So when I'm planning my town, I want to make sure there's a nice field space that we could do a park run. And I've actually got a park run sign up sheet going on, which I know it's not how it works, but it's really quite a nice thing to include or to consider in my community. So think about what you want to have. Just write a list. I want you to pause the video and I want you to just write a list of all the different community groups and places you want in your town. Don't forget a football pitch if you absolutely love football. Don't forget a playground if you absolutely love going and playing on a playground. What about a swimming pool? You know I love that swimming pool. Pause the video now and have a go at writing your list. Fantastic. I'm sure your town is going to be absolutely brilliant with your ideas. Now, I want you to think about what values you'd want in your town. So underneath your list of places, I want you to think about at least 8 values or rules that you think people in your new town need to follow in order to have a happy community, in order to get along and understand one another. I've given you a big hint there. Get out your paper chain people, because they tell you what you can do and what you should value. I think love's going to be high on my list of my plan. So write down those list of those values. Remember, it's a brand new town you're creating. You can start these lists of rules or values right from scratch. You want people in your town to follow, to have a happy community. We want people to understand and get along with each other. Pause the video here to write your list of values and rules. Fantastic. Now, in a moment, I am going to ask you to draw your brand new town, a bit like your town. Give it a funky name, and it's up to you what you choose to draw. But I want you to include people in your drawing that are demonstrating the values. So if you've chosen certain things, make sure that they're in a position to do it. So if it's kindness, one of your chosen values, think about how you're going to show people showing kindness in the picture. Are they helping someone across the road? Or are they holding a door open? If you've chosen respect, why not draw people shaking hands? Or how about a respectful football match going on in the distance? If you've chosen sharing food and being equal, why not draw people sat on the floor eating in the langar or eating a meal together, just like in the Sikh Gurdwara? You may like to draw your town like the picture of your town, or you may like to draw it like a bird's eye map. So you're looking down on your town. You could label some of your drawings to show where the values and the golden rules are happening. I'm going to leave the prompts on the screen for you so that you know what to do. But before I do that, I just wanted to share with you the little town that I've come up with. And I would love it if you could come up with the name for my town, because I wasn't too sure. I've based it on your town, but like I shared with you, there are different aspects in there that I felt was super important. So as I said, I've got my school that I'm linked to in there. I've got my community transport. I've got my park run sign up. I've got a news about the food bank going on and sharing food with one another as a charitable thing. I've got the Gurdwara with the langar happening. But I've also got some other religions represented. I've still got the radio interviewers going on in there because I wanted them to show a bit of kindness. And interestingly, I've got people holding hands because I wanted to show love and respect in that place. And I've also got elements of people showing that joy of being here. So I've got lots of smiley faces because I felt that that was a really, really important part. It doesn't have to be neat like this. It doesn't have to look like this. You can draw your town how you want it to be. So just remember those things. So what are you going to do to draw the people doing what the people are doing to show kindness? Are they helping someone across the road? Are they holding open a door? Think about respect if you've chosen respect. If you've chosen sharing food, then really think about how you want them to share their food. Now this task may take some time, so please feel free to have the video on pause for however long you need to do this task, but enjoy it. This is your town that you are creating from scratch. So pause the video here and give it a go. Fantastic town drawing. I wish I could see all of your brilliant towns. I wonder if I could speak to someone at Hanwick to see if things could get sent to me at some point. It would be absolutely brilliant to see them all. And I'm sure you have all done an amazing, great job. Well, that's it. That's done for us for our RE Communities project. We've finished our 10 sessions together. I hope you have enjoyed finding out a little bit more about how different religions and different worldviews can live in community and can follow different rules or have a greater desire to be better for a God. And actually, I hope for you've had a chance to think about what you think, how you feel about belonging in a community, how you feel that you want to engage with other people in community. Hopefully we all now have some tools in our toolkits that can help us all live in harmony and all living in harmony in the communities that we belong to. Keep hold of all the learning you have achieved. Keep hold of those paper people. Keep hold of your lovely town drawing that you have done. Keep hold of your community circles and all the little notes that we have made along the way. Put it together maybe in a little special communities learning book. Thank you for spending this time with me over the duration of all the sessions. Goodbye.